What's your name?
My name is Aaliyah Jackson. Yes.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a 10th grade student here at New Media.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure, why not?
Where do you think Venezuela is located?
Somewhere in Puerto Rico.
What do you know about Venezuela?
Well, Venezuela is a Spanish-speaking country that's on the other side.
Are you interested in learning about other countries besides the United States?
Yes, I would love to learn about Bolivia or London.
What special events do you know in Canada?
Canada, I'm not for sure, but
Dominican Republic.
in the Dominican Republic, the Day of the Dead, they celebrate the death of their ancestors and stuff like that.
You know Jamaica?
Jamaica, no, not really.
Yeah, whatever countries you got. Venezuela?
Venezuela, it's like the murder capital of South America.
I'm recording. All right, Tyron Scott,
What grade are you in?
sophomore.
What grade are you in?
10.
Where do you think Venezuela is located?
Venezuela,
Yes.
that's in the upper region and next to Greenland, something like that, right?
Yeah. What do you know about Venezuela?
I know that they don't got that much money. They kind of poor.
Are you interested in learning about other countries besides the United States?
No,
No? Why? Are you sure? Why not?
cause it's not really interesting. I mean, I guess I could look at it sometimes and think about it, but not really that interesting to me.
Okay.
Tell me one. How do you feel about cultural awareness?
I feel that cultural awareness is very important for the specific reason that we have to learn about other people's cultures. We have to come outside our comfort zone in order to learn other people because it's important to break that barrier and in order to get to know and understand people very well. That way we're not alienating one another. And that just breaks down a lot of barriers like racism and discrimination and things like that. So that's why, cultural awareness is very important.
How do you feel about cultural awareness?
Cultural awareness is something that should be taught in classes, should be taught in school. I'm glad you're doing a project on it because a lot of times, us as Americans, we feel as though we are the dominant and the only culture that exists in the world, period. We're not the only culture, we're not the only people that live here. We live here with like hundreds of other different dialects, hundreds of different other languages, and millions of other people. So therefore, we should have an understanding of how those people live, what they do on a regular basis, so we can get a better understanding of how we can connect to them. Whereas instead of us being dominant and them being subservient to us. That's it?
Yeah. That's all.
Thank you.
Did you understand what I said?
Huh?
Did you understand what I said?
Yeah, I understood what you were saying. I just wanted them to be quiet.
Thank you.
What grade are you in?
10th grade.
Where do you think Venezuela is located?
I believe Venezuela is located in South America.
What do you know about Venezuela?
That it's a Spanish-speaking country.
Are you interested in learning about other countries besides the United States?
Yes, because I believe that learning about other countries is important.
Can you state your name?
Yes, my name is Marcia Butler. I am the 11th grade environmental science teacher at New Media Technology Charter School.
Yeah. How do you feel about cultural awareness?
Well, can you explain what you mean by cultural awareness? Because that can mean different things depending on how you define culture.
Culture as in the others' ways of life, such as farming, music, clothing, language.
All right, well, thank you for the clarification. I feel like if we look back on the history of the United States of America, even before it was the United States, we find that this country is very pluralistic, meaning that people from other lands have come to the United States probably as early as the 1200s AD. So I think cultural awareness is necessary. People of color make up 3/4 of the population, and therefore if they are immigrants into the United States, if we are truly pluralistic, we will want to learn about and perhaps embrace other people's cultures. All right, and by that I mean their languages, explore languages. Many students from other countries, they speak 4, 5, and 6 languages, but if you talk to students in the United States, they barely speak English.
So do you say, by saying this, you think that American students are at a disadvantage?
Absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. And there's a term that is sometimes used called the ugly American, and that term was given to Americans by foreigners because we don't embrace other people's cultures. I'll give you another example. In other countries, if you drive down the highway, they will have the mileage and the milepost signs in English measured, meaning miles, and also metric. All right, so when we have people coming into the United States and they're on the highway and they want to know if their exit is 10 kilometers, they don't know because the measurements are in English. I think that's one thing the United States could do to welcome others and to make them feel more adjusted to the American way of life or life in this country, is to help them go from one place to another with respect to the metric system. Students in school. The United States is really the only country that doesn't use the metric system. So if we use the metric system, then we become in tune or in concert with other countries in the world.
All right.
All right, so I think this is a good question. I think it's a question that deserves more than just a response. I think you as young people and your teachers, you know, administration needs to get together and have this conversation so that we can open ourselves up to ideas and suggestions on how we can be truly a melting pot.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Cold world. Southside, can't get enough, can't get enough.